Hi, I'm Hudson Eckart, and this is my research misconduct presentation, specifically on plagiarism and image duplication. So, a little bit of background on the article that I chose from Retraction Watch. It had to do with finding the structure of various metallic elements found in the environment. The main leader of this research was Parashuram Mishra, and he is a retired crystallographer. He was a professor at a university in Nepal, and in this article, he was working with six other PhD candidates as well as professors on this research. Like I mentioned before, his main focus was the geometric structure of various metallic structures. He used a lot of X-ray diffraction to identify the atomic structure and the movement of electrons in response to different environmental factors like pH, temperature, all of those types of things. So a little bit of the misconduct that was committed. I have screenshots of both the main articles that I found interesting and that were retracted. So on the one on the left, you can see that image right there. It'll be on the next slide too. That was one of the image duplications that he had in multiple articles. Obviously, he had different figure names under. And then in the one on the right, that one was retracted. It had very similar text and it was found in multiple different academic journals. It was contained across 11 published articles. All 11 were retracted. Like I said before, there were 6 individuals involved, and it was discovered by a French scientist, Armel Lebel. Like I said, he was from France. He basically identified the misconduct, and then he put it into PubPeer, which is almost like a blog, and then he also reported it to the university. So here are some of the examples of the plagiarized research that Lebel posted to PubPeer. At the top here, you can see right here, these are the 2 articles that had to do with using X-ray diffraction to identify the structure, and they were both published in 2 separate journals, very similar text. And then below here, I have these red arrows. They show that he used the same image, but he had different figures in different articles. So, some personal implications on what happened to the researchers that were involved. These 6 other researchers, like I said, they were PhD candidates, professors at the university. They were not allowed to perform any research or lead students in dissertations and theses for a minimum of 2 years. Well, Parashuram Mishra, the lead researcher on these retracted articles, he is not allowed to research or lead PhD candidates indefinitely, just due to the nature of misconduct that was performed. So the impact of this misconduct, they're wide ranging. Like I said, the personal impact I mentioned before. And then lastly, we have ethics that are simply broken. There's plagiarism. It's clear the university used sources like Grammarly in order to identify the similar text. It also costs government and funding agencies, specifically in the US. One article said that the NIH can spend approximately from around $150,000 up to $500,000 on specific research initiatives. So when those articles are retracted, it's almost a loss of money for these agencies. Biased research is being published, which then can sow mistrust in the scientific community and general public, and public health consequences. While this research may not have directly impacted public health, other research does, and it has been found to have very detrimental consequences when we look at the MMR vaccine, that research, any research with medications that then go onto the market can have bad effects on people. And lastly, a negative reputation. That's the main thing for the researchers. Some can get into legal trouble, even prison, it mentioned. So there's just a lot of wide-ranging consequences that one can gain from research misconduct. Here are my references that I used. I cited 2 of Mishra's papers that I used as examples as for the research misconduct. I cited the blog posts that Lebel from France posted and where he found the misconduct. That was a good example. And then I cited a few articles